Well, I have to admit, the balance of power bar on the pre-battle screen had me a little worried when I saw that the enemy has a lot more infantry than I do. I've only got these 4 units of spearmen and a skirmisher unit. Mostly I've got cav. But now that I'm on the battle map here, we've got an extremely advantageous position here on top of this nice hill. They're probably not going to be too much fighting in the trees here. They're going to come up straight towards us. Even if they do try to move through the woods, we've still got a height advantage here. Now, I would love to have some archers, of course, but that's just not going to happen. And we can see that the enemy general, let's see, okay, they do have a family member. At first, I didn't think they did for a second. But they've got a lot of axemen, a decent amount, I guess, 6 or so units of these. They've got some warband like I do. They've got some archers, they've got some skirmishers, but all of these units are more or less susceptible to cav charges from spear cavalry, which is what my chief's men have. And so this is, I think, going to work out pretty well for us. I hope this is a massive upset, of course, from the balance of powers point of view. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out on either side. We're going to just try to engage, or at least like hold in the center, and then hopefully we've got plenty of room to use our cav around the edges here. Now they're going to probably try to do a little bit of flanking or maneuvering because they certainly can. I mean, they don't need to try very hard to flank given the numbers of their infantry. But, I even think like a straight-up downhill charge right into the axemen is probably going to rout them. So, we'll see. If we can also kill this general early on, then all of these guys are going to rout. These are very low morale units for the most part. Okay, but he's trying to decide what to do. Okay, there we go. They got it figured out. Oh, no, he's going to be out front. All right. I think the AI is trying to figure out the correct matchup, right? It's seeing skirmishers, and so it figures, okay, the Chieftain's Guard can handle that. So we're just going to let them take that fight. And, of course, the skirmish AI is going to kick in far too late. So we'll pull them back. If we can get them out of there, that would be fine. Oh, and I'm going to miss my charge opportunities. I think it'll be fine anyway. Let's get them down here. And let's send a couple of units right there. Get our family members around. How are we doing here? All right, 12 men losing heavily. I think that's going to work out. Axemen wavering. Okay. And we've got a unit here. All right, these guys, 55 men. How's it going? All right, great. We've got them routed. Let's charge in. And let's hit the axemen here. We've got some warband coming in with spears. Not that the spears here are particularly good against cavalry, but they are spears, right, of some variety. So we do have to be a little careful. Let's hit the skirmishers, I guess, with that loose unit of riders. Bring them back up to the hill here. How are we doing? They're losing heavily. All right, let's pull out and get into another position for another charge. And we're just following all these guys down the hill. I think that's going to work out just fine. Just watch out for that warband unit. And how are you? 3 men, losing steadily. Okay, we might get into trouble with these guys. All right, let's go after the warband. Let's go down, get in position for the axes. And they rout on contact, right? The general's still alive. They rout on contact. Okay, I think we've used up all the javelins here for our generals, so we can now use them in a melee capacity. How are we doing here? 29 men. Easterling archers shaken. I think we're going to do this without too much trouble here. Okay, what are we doing? Axemen of Rhun. I think they're going to go immediately. We may lose a general in the melee if it lasts too long, because we've got a couple of old guys here. All right, did he fall? Nope. That's one of his hit points kicking in. There's another one. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. You can't hold out forever. Okay, so that's that. I think we just head straight down into this warband. They're gonna dissipate as soon as we hit them. No? Guess not. Wavering though. We do have a decent amount of axemen there, but they're wavering as well. What do we have here? Axemen 32. Okay, so they're gonna go. We'll hit the archers. And these guys are being very resilient. So we're gonna need to devote some guys to taking them out. Let's send the warband up there, actually. Okay, how is this doing? Shaken, 77 men, 44 men. And we are losing a lot of these chiefs men. The ones who have been in melee for a while have taken some pretty substantial losses. So these were a tougher opponent than I thought. I probably didn't get a very good charge. All right, let's send one of you back up the hill, I guess. And I think this is fine. Let's get all the way back up. We don't need to chase down all of these guys because they're going to flee anyway. We've killed enough of them that as soon as they all decide to rout, we can just end the battle and they will completely flee the field. Okay, so yes, there we go. Oh, and I just said we can just leave. All right, heroic victory. Yes, indeed, we have beaten them despite being handily outnumbered. And this was a battle for the Iron Hills, the western approaches to the Iron Hills. As we've seen, Rhun seems to have a sort of draw to that particular region. They do have a hard time making it around from the east, you know, directly towards Barra's Doom there. So instead, they come up through the south. They trespass over this massive kingdom of Dorwinion. They go right through Dale's territory, ignoring all of them, and just attack us. So we were recalled over here sort of by necessity because we saw the army was not going to attack Yodor. They were not going to do anything else. And I was a little concerned that they were going to take Barra's Doom before we get that up and running. So now we can recall the army, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've still got all the units of Chief's men. We could bring some of them back for retraining, and I think that would be the smart thing. But we also do have this Dale siege to worry about. Looking at our forces here, it's okay. We've got, you know, a lot of low-tier stuff. This is low-tier Barding militia levy type stuff. A couple units of axes. We got some longbows. It's a Northman kind of settlement, so it's not going to be super easy to defend. I guess we'll head back in this direction, right? And if they stick around, maybe we can hit them next turn with this army. Just to make things a little easier for us. Okay, so the dwarves, yes, the dwarves have followed Dale into war with us, and the dwarves are no longer allied with the Bjornings. That's just fine. So, looking at what else we have here, we're training up some skirmishers in Dale. I guess that's okay. We'll allow that. We do need some variety in the units that we're training. And very soon here, we're going to have unit training available in Erebor. And in Barra's Doom, we're going to get our axe levies in a couple of turns. So that's very nice indeed. So I think that the play here is just wait to see if Dale is going to attack us in Yodor. We can't really train anything anywhere else. I will queue up an emissary in Hjorth just to ensure that we're not bribed. But otherwise, we're going to play sort of defensively here. Esgaroth, I don't think there's too much point in training just all the levies that we can. And so I suppose that's it. You know, the goal for the next few turns is kind of hunkering. Okay, Dunland. So the problem here is we can't get anything out of this. You know, they want trade rights. We're not trading with them anyway, so this is not going to do them or us any good. It's the first step, supposedly, to, you know, good negotiations. I don't know how true that is. I think you can hear that talked about, or you can read about that in, like, the you know, the manual or whatever, but who knows? That might just be something that you say in a manual. I don't think this actually improves the diplomatic relationship between you and the faction that you're trading with. I could be wrong there, but I've not seen any indication that that's the case. So if you can't get anything out of it, like, why bother? My usual go-to would be to counter and ask for some money, but since we don't share a border with them, they're not going to be too happy to part with any of their funds. So there's really no point in saying yes to this. Okay, are they going to hit us? No, they're not attacking this turn. So I'm wondering, do we want to sally, or do we want to do one of these one of these big attacks? I don't know. It's kind of annoying to run multiple army battles where one of them is under AI control, right? Because if I do that, like if I were to sally out with this force, and have these guys as reinforcements, what would happen to all of my chief's men, right? The danger is that they would rush into the fight and get destroyed because the AI is controlling them. On the other hand, I could do it the reverse, attack the army with the Cav army, and have these guys show up as reinforcements, but I don't really like that either. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see what they do. I'll position my army here, I guess. And yeah, let's pick up some mercenaries. I think we've got plenty of funds to support that. And now we'll sally. Oh, did I screw up? I think I may have screwed up. Yeah, they're not going to show up as reinforcements. Damn. Because you would think the battle would take place on the tile where the defending army is standing. But when it's a siege situation, the battle is taking place on the city tile, right? And so this army is not adjacent to the city tile. So they're not going to show up as a reinforcement, sadly. Okay, so I didn't plan that very well. We still outnumber them. They have better experience, and they've got a lot of archers. So let's wait. Let's wait. Let's see if they want to attack us in an assault. I think we can take them. I mean, it's their king, but I think we can take them. Now, if they attack this army, we're kind of screwed there. So let's just withdraw. All right, so they are going to go for it. I guess that makes sense. So we'll be fighting off this siege. They've got a lot of archers. I don't know how well that's going to translate for them in a city situation. You know, it really depends, right? Because if they have the openings, if they get the open space, if they can get on the walls or something, I don't think any of that's going to really apply here. On the other hand, we don't have great infantry to kind of rush them. We don't have the advantage in terms of armor or even experience here. So, you know, their arrows are going to do some damage. Oh, gosh, if they were down here, wouldn't that be sweet? But it would take us a while to form up anyway. But, yeah, okay, so they are going to have... You know, they could probably hit us from there. So we're going to want to set up like in an old-fashioned siege battle, which is kind of nice. You know, it's kind of rare that I play these out. And that means we can take advantage of this hill here. We've got 3 units of cav. How about this? We'll leave the Chieftain's Guard here, and we'll take the other 2 units, and we'll put them over... Yeah, I guess we could put them over here. I don't think this ram is going to come this way. But we'll have the cav right here so we can get them out quickly and do something with them potentially. And we've got 1 unit of archers ourselves and some slingers. Let's get them grouped up. Skirmishers too, I guess, but they're not going to have quite the range. Let's put the skirmishers down like here. I think this would be, whoops, I think this would be an interesting place because I think the AI has a bit of a hard time getting over here. And so do we. It's just the pathfinding because you get this house here for some reason. That makes it difficult. But we can have the slingers. Jeez. I kind of want the slingers down front. And we're going to have to micromanage them, pull them away. So we've got them off of skirmish. And I'll put the archers right up here on this nice hill. And similarly, yeah, check the range. Yeah, they can just about get all the way to the gate. So as soon as they start grouping up here, we'll be able to hit them. And you guys can hit, well, that's not ideal, actually. Yeah, how about this? We'll put a skirmisher here. We'll move the slingers over here. And we'll just have to be prepared to lose some of these units because they're not going to be super effective at getting out of the way. And I've taken them off skirmish, right, with that in mind, but I'm also not confident in my own abilities to get them out of there in time. I tend to just leave them to their own devices. Not intentionally, but that's just the way it goes. All right, and our axemen, these are going to be the strongest units we've got. So we want to have them, you know, I want them somewhere they're going to be useful, not somewhere they're going to rout. Let's see. Okay, so we've got sort of our backup spears that we can move someplace where they might be useful. Let's put a couple of swords back here, too. Let's put a couple of swords down here. and the axes down here. And we may need to reshuffle all of this severely. But I think that's good. We're going to need to respond to different threats. So, yeah, the ram is not going to come down here. They're not going to try this gate, which is nice. They are going to try over on the other side. So they're possibly going to go over here. I don't know if they're going to go all the way down to that gate. They would certainly be open to a lot of fire if that were the case. It is nice, though, every now and then to fight these fairly evenly matched battles where you do have to think about positioning a little bit more. This is not like the last battle, which was very swingy, right? Because they outnumbered us massively in terms of infantry, but we had a massive cav advantage, right? And we had a massive height advantage, but no archers. So there are all these different factors that had a big impact. Here, that's not quite the case.
Now we must fight all the harder.
It's going to come down a little more to positioning here, I would say. All right, now slingers are already getting in on it, which is interesting because it doesn't look like they should be able to, but yeah, that's great. Okay. So militia, they're going to be facing similar type units. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Am I going to really bring down guys, or am I going to fall back? I think I'm going to fall back. So we're going to go this way with the slingers. And I'm going to go... Let's do one more volley. Alright, and now we're going to run over here. And you guys are going to need to just stick around and throw. We're going to do... Let's do one more throw. Okay, ready? Throw. Oh, here comes the cav. Alright, well... Fine, I guess. Alright, and we're going to get a lot of these interrupting videos, unfortunately. I'm just going to let the skirmishers be there. Actually, alright, now let's get him out. I was thinking we might be able to rout that cav. I think our skirmishers, we're going to lose the skirmishers one way or another. Alright, let's get the spearmen down like here. And the slingers are... Yeah, the slingers are turning around. This is one thing that is very interesting to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I screwed up. Way screwed up there. Okay. Oh my god. Did we lose any? Okay, we didn't lose him yet. But just the fact that slingers, which were facing the complete opposite direction, can of their own free will turn and fight, you know, and pick their targets. That is not something you see in later games. I've been playing some Thrones of Britannia recently. And I think this is also true for like Attila and Rome 2. But if you move archers out of the way, you just run them like I did, they will end up naturally facing, you know, the direction they were moving in before. And the problem with that is that they don't automatically readjust to turn and face a threat that's nearby. So in other words, their cone of fire is facing the wrong direction, and they don't change that. So it's kind of funny, but you can have archers just completely useless for certain stretches of the battle if you're not babysitting them to make sure that yeah, okay, I do still want you guys to, you know, to throw in here. So that's one. It's funny, you know, these games all have different quirks, different benefits to certain aspects of play, and they all have, you know, some disadvantages as well. Alright, let's send you in here. We've got some mounted watch that should be routing pretty soon, I would think, but we do have the king, where is he? Is he still on the top of the hill? I think he is. I can see him down here in the radar map, but we can't get a good enough angle just yet. Okay, this is Dale Watch. Let's go ahead and see if we can charge and rout them. Yeah, there's the king off in the distance there. So these are swords. They're utterly tired. 28. I think we should be able to carry this. And here we go. We got a nice rout. Beautiful. Let's get a war cry while we can. You got to seize those opportunities. All right, What's that? Longbowmen of Dale? Okay. Just fine. Let's head down into these Barding militia spear units. And we're doing great against these Barding longbowmen, which is actually... Ooh, maybe we should be thinking a bit more. Let's send down the Barding watch levies to help out these other swordsmen. Alright, and we haven't even engaged this other unit of axes. So that's fine. We wiped out that unit of swords. You know, I guess we can just move our cavalry up because I don't think we're going to be needing them to go out wide. I mean, yes, we've got this unit over here. We'll have to keep our eye on it. Another unit of swordsmen, which I'm less concerned about. They're a tier 2 unit, those swords. Right? They're basically this unit. They're tier 2. But I find them a lot less threatening because they're just more susceptible to cavalry charges. Alright, let's get you back here just in case something horrible happens. Yeah, okay, we're fighting with the Longbowmen of Dale. Alright, let's send our cavalry in, you know, why not? And where are you? Okay, for some reason you didn't get the message. Oh, okay, cancel. I got the wrong thing. Okay. Selecting the wrong unit. Alright, Barding militia levies. Yeah, let's get the Axemen war cried and into this. I know we could stand off and just beat them, but since we're already engaging with some militia. And what do we have here? Some more longbowmen coming from the side. I guess I could send the Chieftain's Guard over there. This is a Barding longbow unit, and then just Dale White. Is that really it? I mean, except for the king. Which, I don't know if there's much point in going after him. If he withdraws here, I may just let him flee the field. Okay, so they're going to rout. We can then bring the cavalry around front. Okay, very nice. All right, now we got to go and follow that up. Yeah, let's send the general down here. We're going to face this Dale Watch unit in a few seconds. Okay, they're routing. And these longbowmen are holding out much longer than I would have expected. Okay, it took them... They needed to get down to like 4 men before they actually routed. Alright, so let's come over here. And he's still not moving off the hill. Alright, we'll speed this up then. Alright, 19 men. We're going to have them routed pretty quick. Here come the swords. We've got swords of our own, so let's see how they handle that. And we've got cavalry moving around over here. Or at least, yes, we do. I'll leave the axes right there. Yeah, they are coming. Okay, so I'll actually get the axemen back up the hill, and we've got the spear levies. I think we want them to be here, and we'll get another unit. Let's get the swordsmen out of the way. All right. So we'll sandwich these guys. The Cavs running. And yeah, we've got longbows. We've still got a few sling bullets left with this one unit. I guess we don't need you over here anymore. 47 riders. All right, let's get them involved. Where's the other sword unit? All right, we'll let them fight for a little bit, and then I'll send the general in. But are you under fire? Yes, you are. Oh, they're already taking losses too. All right. So this will be the death of the King of Dale. You know, hopefully all goes well. And I'm sure he's got an heir somewhere. Having a little bit of trouble getting into the city here, though. Or maybe he's just strategically positioning himself outside the wall. This is the king, by the way, right here, right? Yeah, I think that's the actual general unit. Okay, so we're good now to go in. And we're even winning. No, we're losing heavily. That makes more sense. These guys are going to be less tired than we are, less fatigued. All right, their cavalry is just kind of moseying on over to our line. All right, there's the end for them. I'll send my general back that way. Let's send the swordsman with him. Well, let's clean this up first. Okay, we've got our levies. I do want to get the axemen ready because they may need to be fighting a little bit. All right, let's send down this unit. It's fresh. We're all going to be involved, though. This is going to be a team effort because he is a tough unit. Let's see. Can I sneak through there? I might not be able to due to the pathing, but let's bring the cavalry up over here and over there, and we can bring them back from behind. All right, the axes, but you see, yes, the pathfinding, the axes are going to have to go all the way up and around to get into the Dragon Slayers. Let's see, can I get here? Let's see. Okay, we can. I don't know that I really want to. We're at about half the strength for this unit. Okay, what's happening here is it's not that I'm selecting the wrong unit, it's that I think I've got this guy selected because the brightness, as you can see, is high for given the background here, and so it seems like he's selected when he's not. Anyway, there's the king. Here's the other guy. We'll set them up and have them charge in. Actually, this is not the king. This is just some general, I suppose. We'll wait till he takes a few more losses here. 33 man, losing, tired. Yes, yes. All right, and these are not great units, of course. Let's get our warband over here. They're possibly going to accidentally get involved with a fight. And we've got some axemen in the back that we can throw in as well. They didn't take too many losses. All right, these guys are very tired, though. And what about you? You're fresh. Actually, you know, the heroic thing to do might be, now that we're at even numbers, let's go ahead and get them involved. Now, this is going to be not a charge at all, so the thing I'm going to do, yeah, we'll do the little horn call trick. That's going to keep him back, so he's not right in the thick of it immediately. A little less likely that he's going to die on first contact. And we're doing very well, actually. We are taking some losses. All right, so let's bring them in too. The other cav is going to help. And who knows, this may be a charge, it may not be. You never know in city battles. Very frequently it does not work out to be an actual charge. And it looks like this is the case. So we're just going to be gently drifting into the unit. Oh, no, that sounds like a charge. Oh, nice. Looks like my Mountain Raiders and the Chieftain's Guard pulled it off in the end. And the king is going to go down here. There we go. All right, I don't think there's any reason to continue the battle. We'll just end it there. Only lost a couple hundred men. Took out 1,000 of theirs. Well, I guess that's the way it goes when you've got a siege battle, a nice position. But, so, I guess we'll see, right, if they have any other family members. I'm sure they do. This can't be the end of Dale. I hope it's not, in fact. And yes, it looks like the faction still exists. The problem, of course, is if we eliminate Dale, we share a border with Dorwinion, and that is terrifying at the moment. Okay, Berez, Doom, and Erebor. We're getting some training. Great, and we're making 6,000 this turn. Here we go, Hillmen Axe Levies. So, 80 men per unit. Upkeep is only 120, and they've got throwing axes, and they look really cool. I know that this is not the most elite unit, right? I mean, they're basically just woodmen with, you know, they just look rugged, that's all. But I like that. I like the aesthetic of it, especially for an Easterling faction. We've got really about 1,400 population here to play with, because the floor for the population is at 400, I believe. You can't go lower than that. So we could train 1,400 men worth of these Hillmen Axe Levies. We don't necessarily want to queue up all of it right now, but let's queue up like 4 units. And that'll get us down by 300 men. So let's see. What else can we do here? I guess we got to go with consultation, and that'll allow us to build maybe some higher level traders. Is that what it is? Yeah, the market's going to require... well, did we go financial? I mean, that's the thing. We're going to want to go military here. This is not a chief city, so we can't go open policy. We have to go military. So that means we're not going to be able to choose the great market, sadly. We've already got the mines. Well, we'll be able to go further down the construction charter. We're going to need to do it one or the other. Oh, we can go with a healer. Okay, this will allow us to grow our population. Currently, we've got just the tier 1, the herbalist. That's going to give us 5% public health. This is going to give us 10. So that's very nice. That's going to be growth, I believe, in addition to happiness. Hall of Feasts is just going to be public order. So, not insubstantial, but public order I don't think is ever going to be a problem in Barra's Doom, just given how we plan on expanding back towards the east. This is always going to be kind of the heartland. But okay, so we're training there, and in Erebor, let's get going on the muster fields here. This is going to give us the same thing, Hillmen Axe levies. And let's train a couple of Hillmen levies here. And I want to start, I guess, using these guys for garrison. We don't have quite as much population in Erebor as we did in the other places. But we do need to use it. And that'll allow us to get maybe our slightly more expensive, the Barding levies, out into combat more. I think they're going to be better in battle than the Hillmen levy types. Okay, so Hjorth, no point in building control posts just now because we don't have the population to train anything. So I guess we could go... Consultation will actually give us a little bit of cash. That's a one-turn, very cheap thing, so we could build it. In Hjorth, though, our army... I mean, this is our elite army, and we're never going to be able to train these units until we start taking back our homelands. So we do have to be a little careful about them. I don't know that I want to go for Framsburg just yet, right? Because we want to consolidate a little bit. The threat now is Rhun, honestly. And so let's take this army back to Dale. And I think the goal here is to retrain this stuff and then start swinging it back in this direction. By that time, we're going to have some Hillmen Axe levies, right? And then we can move over here. Since we're already at war with Dale, or with Rhun, rather, we can take Fornhud. Oh, did they? Who has it now? Okay, Rhun does have it. So we can take whatever this settlement is up here. Gargal, I think, Gwaithring, one of these. So we'll take this back. This will be, I think, a homeland for us. And so hopefully Rhun hasn't emptied the population completely there, and we can still use it for something. But let's now do a little bit of retraining and rebuilding in Yodor, because we did some good work there, but it's not the last battle, right? What do we have here? Okay, the heir, that means there's a king somewhere, and he may be in Framsburg. Fine. Okay, looks like nothing new coming our way. Great. Let's see what the news is. Okay, yeah, we did lose some cash. We're doing great, though, in terms of money. So we'll have to keep that in mind. We can start using our cash to secure our position a little bit. Oh, even the little unit card thingy looks cool for them. Great. Okay, Hjorth, we built a consultation. This is just going to be a Barding settlement, right? So yeah, it's going to give us the same stuff. Chief's men are good, but I don't think we need like a third place to train them, because I think we're going military here, right? Yeah, eventually, once we finish roads, we can get up to Chief's men, I think. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing preventing that once we decide we want to do it. All right, so you back into Dale. Oh right, we're gonna make some room. So let's see. I mean, these guys. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3. So let's take you guys out. Just retrain everything here. Now Ulwarth the Hunter, though, is actually kind of an old guy. Yeah, he's now old. He's not even seasoned. I think seasoned is younger than old. Okay. This guy is middle-aged. This guy's a great governor, so he's not going anywhere. And this guy is, yeah, seasoned. Okay. So I don't know if it's worth it, but we've got the money. We may as well retrain them all. And, you know, if I were really concerned about cash, you'd want to retrain the cheaper things first, right? The things with a lower upkeep, rather than retraining all these chiefs men right now, because they're going to have, you know, a lot more in upkeep. But I'm not too worried about that. All right, we're building a healer here, so Hjorth. Let's just keep spending our cash and go with growth, I guess. We're going to go for a trader. It's going to give us a little bit of population, a little bit of trade. And yeah, I think that's fine. Oh yes, Bear's Doom. We've got to queue up the next building. So what's that going to be? You know, roads would be really helpful. But let's see what we can do for construction. Obviously, it's the Iron Hills, right? We could go for metal. And what was the thing that we could do with that here? I don't know that we went with it. Metalsmith's Quarter. That's going to give us armor. That's right. Now we're doing that in Erebor. Right, because we've got the Metalsmith workshops. And so we're going to go with the Metalsmith's Quarter there. So do we want to do another iron building in Bear's Doom, or do we want to go with stone? Because I think that's the other option. That's going to be cost. It probably doesn't matter too much. Armor's better. What am I saying? Like, armor's the best. We're gonna go with that. I mean, especially given that we're going military here, and we're going to get some high tier units. We want to have that armor advantage. If we're using one of these dwarven settlements as a financial building, which we may in the future, we may grab Gunduthorin or maybe Nereg Zagil in the south. This one would be a good financial option for us because it's got some gold and stuff. Then in that case, yeah, probably stone would be maybe a little more useful. Although if you're using it for finances, you're probably going to use those precious metals, right? So, okay, retrain all of you. And let's go with, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 units of chiefs, man. Let's see. What's going to be helpful? Let's look at stats real quick, because this is kind of all we've got. We've got the Warband versus Barding Militia levies for spears, right? Because I'm thinking in the Iron Hills, we're training axemen, right? So I'm not going to see much use in these Barding Watch levies. The axe units that we're training are, what's the cost? 120. It's even lower. And so they've got 12 and 18 for melee and defense versus the swordsmen, right? And that's just how they look on the screen here. Versus the swordsmen have 10 and 24. So lower attack but much higher defense. But the other guys have a missile attack. I'm not going to bring too many Barding Watch levies into the east, into Rhun, right? 70 men. I mean, it's okay. If I get a few, I'll use them. But I'm going to mostly go with those axe throwers. I think those are going to be my sort of melee guys. And how many men is that? I think it's 80, right? Yeah, 80 men. So that's going to be the unit I use for that kind of fighting. But we do need some spears, right? Now, these guys, as you'll notice, do not have a cav bonus, whereas these guys do. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't know that this is a huge bonus versus riders, and honestly, these guys can be just as good swarming because they've got, 10 more men per unit, and it's a much lower upkeep cost. Let's see, attack of 7, defense of 20 versus attack of 7, so the stats are identical, but you guys are going to get the snow bonus. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to train just, like 1 or 2 more of these units, and we're going to send them with us or keep them around anyway for combat or garrison duty because it's more useful to have that snow bonus. Okay, so we went with the armor, right? Because we could go with stone. That reduces construction costs. At this point, though, the problem is we don't have too much we can construct. I mean, we are going to go with hosting halls here, which means we're going to have to get that military development. But that's not going to be so expensive. Like, it's not prohibitively expensive. So I don't think that's really worth it for what we're going to build. Like, yes, the roads, But let's go right immediately for the metalsmith so we can start getting armored up axemen. And in Dale, oh jeez. Again, do we want to convert? I don't think we do. I don't think there's ever going to be. Yeah. Let's just not bother converting. We're losing out on cash, right? That's just an unavoidable thing. But let's go with the execution square for now. I know it's... Is it worth it? Costing us 100. Let's wait. At some point, we're going to move our capital, right? That's what I'm thinking. And we're going to want the advantage of, you know, that law bonus, both financially and for public order. But we're not going to move our capital yet. It's going to be a little while. Okay, nothing big happening. I don't see any armies around here. Let's keep moving our spy. And what are they doing? They're not doing much. We've got another spy around here. Let's see. Let's check the diplomacy. Dale, you at war with anybody else? No, just me and Rhun. They're allied with the dwarves, so they don't seem to be fighting anything. I guess it's good to have a spy up there just to make sure Adunabar isn't moving through Angmar eastward. Alright, so I think we're done training here. So let's get our army together. You know, I might take something like this with me into the east. And let's see. You're the High Chieftain, and he's ancient. We're going to lose him very soon. He's the Lord of Dale. We should probably... I'm going to give you the Lordship of Dale. What are we thinking here? All right, here we go. Is it worth keeping him inside the settlement? It's probably not worth taking him with us, quite honestly. Let's take him. Let's take him anyway, just because it kind of feels cool to do that. We're going to want a younger general, though. You are, what is it, middle-aged? Yeah, we'll take you. You're a war chief. So you're going to be like the real governor. Okay, so inside we've got mercenary bows. I'll take them. And I think that's it. We've got skirmishers. We got 3 units of warband. We got some watch levies. We're going to get 4 units of axes. This is probably too cav heavy, honestly, so I may split this up. But we are, you know, this does bring up a point. We are going to need some family members coming of age here. This guy's seasoned, and I think this guy is too. Yeah. And you're the governor of Dale, so I want you to stick around, or Esgaroth. But he's also seasoned, and you are really important just to be on the western fringe, I think. So hopefully we got some young guys coming up through the ranks. And no, we do not. No one's having kids. They're just settling down and enjoying the good life. Okay. So yes, once again, we're just not going to build anything in Dale. I'm not going to bother training anything else. But yes, this is our army, and hopefully we'll have someone to send eastward. And geez, I mean, once these guys all start dying, I guess we are going to have a new crop. We're going to get some adoptees, though. It's not going to be family members that are directly related. All right, I do have some spies in the south that I should probably bring back up. It's occurring to me. Because, yeah, like, I don't really need to know what you're seeing down here. Oh, my gosh. Look at this Dorwinian nonsense. I think they're at war with the Reunited Kingdom, though. Yeah. So we'll just kind of let that play out. The Reunited Kingdom is at war with the Adunabar. But I don't know if Adunabar has too much territory in here. Let's see. Okay, they do have Adun. And otherwise, I think they may have more in Mordor itself. Hard to say. All right, so let's get the spy over here. We're basically looking for Rhun armies that are going to sneak up. All right, Berez Doom. Okay, we got a noble in Yodor who is now dead. All right, that's just an emissary, but we do have you. You are the governor of the Northern Wildlands, which is this settlement, so you're seasoned. Hopefully we start to get some guys coming of age. we'll go right over here, and actually that's 4 units. I think we got room for more, but let's leave some room for, you know, a mercenary unit or 2. So we'll start bringing them all over. It's going to take a little while. We may want to meet them up so they can start taking advantage of the movement points of our governors. Yeah, let's train 4 more. That brings us down to 1250. That's still quite good. Still leaves us plenty of cash. I mean, that's certainly not our problem. The things that I want to use money for are typically, well, diplomatic. Yep, and there goes Ulwarth the Hunter. He was on campaign eastward in the last, you know, attempt to, well, not the last, but the first attempt, really, to reclaim our homelands, to reclaim his patrimony in North Rhun and take the fight to the chiefdom of Rhun. But I think he was our first king, wasn't he? Maybe not. Maybe not. We probably already had an old guy, but regardless, he's been around for quite some time. Okay, got some nice stuff built. Let's check out our new king, Fan of Gargal. Okay, he's the guy who's in the Iron Hills there. But he's also seasoned, so he's not going to be around too long. Okay, this is great. This is going to help our income even more. He's a chief counselor, Lordship of Dale, inspired governor. Beautiful, and now he's attuned. He's also a scholar. What a wonderful, just a family member here. He's a wary fighter. Steadfast. Fantastic. So this is massive. I never get to this rank. So this is the opinion of liege trait, which can have many different levels depending on the opinion of the character's faction leader. And in this case, he's loving the new faction leader, or the old one. We'll see if that changes in a turn or 2. Okay, no concerns coming from the west. So let's go with income again. Probably the biggest income is going to be this, the land clearance. That's going to give us a couple hundred. Oh, no, it's actually pathetic. Terrible land clearance. All right, no point in doing that. I guess the fields up here are not good. The fertility up here is terrible. So instead, we'll go with just the market. That's at least going to give us growth. And really not much trade, but growth is important. Okay, and Dale... Again, we're not going to build or train anything. Let's maybe do 2 chiefs, man. And in Yodor, let's get a bunch of these guys. Okay. Or Erebor, rather. Now, let's see. Do we want to go right for Metalsmith's Quarter? That's going to bring armor. I don't know that we need to rush it, though. It's not going to do anything in terms of trade. It's going to only cost us a little bit in terms of land tax. So what is this doing? This is, okay, speed. It's still 9 seasons. Okay, so maybe then we want to go consultation. Let's do that. Let's out of here, let's focus on getting the next unit. Right? The swordsmen with the throwing axes. And we'll move you. Actually, I think we'll be able to share the same tile. Perfect. So now we've got 2 slots open. I think that's okay. We're going to want, you know, some slingers. We're going to pick up some odd stuff there. Okay, and we just hope that this guy doesn't die, right? Because that is a concern. He's still middle-aged, so we have to be very careful with him on campaign. But he is still going to be around. Okay, Yodor has roads. Beautiful. And we could now go for Chief's Men here, but let's see what the fertility is down here. Okay, much better. I think I will spend that to do some farming. Okay, let's speed up the spy. Doesn't look like there's any threats anyway, but we can actually send him kind of to the east as well to see what Rhun looks like. And we're going to send this spy in the Iron Hills region over there also. So he looks pretty young still. Okay, Rhun has taken Jarhelkar. Interesting. And they're making what could be threatening moves toward Garth, or they could be confusedly trying to head towards Barra's Doom. Okay, but we've got Dorwinian around here. All right. My goal is to just take out Rhun, right? Or at least severely hurt them. And this is going to probably take a few different pushes here. This is not something we're going to be able to wrap up. Oh my gosh, here we go, full stack. Okay, maybe I will want a couple of other units. Let's get them around here too. Fanned the Hunter. Very, very beautiful Conan-style helmet. So, of course, he's got a unit of Chieftain's Guard, but what else? Okay, it looks low. It looks fur-clad. It looks pretty unintimidating, so I think we'll be able to take it pretty easily. All right, 2,000 to spend. We'll go for open policy here because we absolutely have to anyway, and I think that's it. No news out of Dale. Let's actually head down south further because I think I've got a spy. Yeah, we've got a spy right down here that we don't need, really. I mean, Harondor's pushing north, or has pushed north. So we'll move the spy up just to see. Yeah, okay, Adunabar has a fort in Kirith Gorgor. They've got lots of trolls, orcs. It's a very, very respectable looking orcish stack, but Dorwinian is all the way down here too. Oh, but who's this? Oh, Adunabar is besieging... Okay, yes, Adunabar is besieging Dorwinian. So Dorwinian is in trouble. We could ally with Adunabar. That would be on brand, but we might not be able to because I think they're let's see who they're allied with. No, actually, we could. There's nothing preventing it. I don't know that we really want to, though. Probably not much of a point. All right, let's see if that Rhun army near the Iron Hills is going to move up into the pass north of Berez Doom, and they are. Okay, so we'll backtrack a little bit, get our axemen together, join up with the larger host. Okay, so they could hit us next turn. So we'll move. Let's go here. Let's go all the way back. Now they're going to be using our movement points. And yeah, we want to go military here, so let's do that. Actually, let's go for roads because we are going to want that mobility. Yeah, there's no point in waiting for this building. This is only going to give us armor. So we can just go for roads. All right, Metalsmith Workshop's finished. And an emissary died. Okay, where is that? I should have checked. Okay, yes. We'll train another one immediately. Let's go with a spy, actually. And let's actually get an emissary here. And we've already got one in Hjorth. What about Eodor? Okay, you're looking fine. And in Berez Doom, yep, that's fine. Okay. Everyone's got agents, which is important. Now let's see. Can we see this stack any better? Yeah, it's all the same kind of not worrisome looking stuff, except Spearmen. These are a tough unit, but I think everything else, man for man, we should be just fine. So that is shaping up to be an interesting kind of fight, I think. Let's get up here. It's annoying me that this is showing as a rebel settlement before, but so now that we've got closer to it, we know for a fact this is held by Dorwinian, who is training apparently one of their, I think, a tier 3 unit, Dorwinian bowmen. This is kind of like Gondor's tier 2 archers, but they are a respectable little unit in melee. They are, I think, only 54 men, something like that. So not a terribly large unit size, but they certainly can have an impact in melee because they're harder to just kind of take out with your low tier cav. And they can be used as flankers and so on in a pinch. Okay, yeah, they're coming right for me. Oh, and they get another stack right behind. What's this? Looks like the same. Okay, so I think we put this army together just in time. Let's see. Okay, we've got our scout, Berez Doom. All right, and we lost the nobleman here. Such a shame. Okay. That's it. No other family members. Let's actually check that. Just to make sure I didn't miss a birth announcement, and I did not. So very disappointing. We're going to be losing these noblemen just as we're going to start to really need them. Money-wise, though, still doing all right. We're training a lot, and we're spending money. a lot, so we are... Oh, gosh, we really could have used him. We're just about to build hosting halls. That's going to cost us 10 grand. I mean, I guess we may as well. May as well do it anyway. We could go for this great market. Let's see what that's going to do. That's respectable. It's 100 and some growth. Let's go for this, though. That's going to get us the, yes, the Easterling Axe Hurlers, which is going to be just a big difference. I mean, the Axe Levies are awesome, but their defense is 15. These is 10 higher at 25. And the melee attack looks to be the same, actually. But they're just going to be a much more robust unit. Okay, so we've got our army together. It's winter. This, I think, is a good time for an attack. Now, this is showing that it is not favorable. We are attacking, and so to some extent, we're going to be at their mercy. They get 3 archer units. But I don't care. I think this is winter. We want to attack in the snow, and so we want to time it right. This is also their air. We've got the cavalry to take out their cav and archers and general, and I think we've got the units to make this a really, really fun battle, which I'm very much looking forward to. So I hope you'll join me in the next episode when that comes around. Until then, take care.